When people hear the words life insurance, they usually think about death or dying. But what if we're looking at it the wrong way? It shouldn't be about that. It should be about protection and providing for your family and protecting them, your spouse, your children, those that you love. So we need to change our perspective a little bit of how we look at those things. And that's what we're going to be talking today with our very special guest that we have here on Casa Familia and Legacy. Hi, my name is Alina Nunez, and I am the attorney and host of your podcast, and we specialize in real estate planning, and probate. And we like to talk about protecting your assets, protecting it for the future, and for that legacy that you are creating for generations. And one of the important part that goes along with this is life insurance. And today I am very proud to have Luis Izquierdo with me to talk about this important topic.
Thank you so much, Alina, for having me on today. And you're right. I agree with you 100%. I love working with people as yourself that are experts in that field of, creating trusts and the wills, and because people don't get it out there. There's a good 95% of people that don't understand that. And as you're talking about the life insurance aspect is, life insurance wasn't what it was 30 years ago. It's changed completely.
So tell me a little bit, Luis, what got you into life insurance? What made you get into these financial service industry of helping people? Tell us a little bit about your company, how long you've been in this, and what your background is.
Okay, so I've been in the financial services industry for probably like 18 years now. And the reason I got into it is because before I got into the financial services side of the insurance and the investing in the annuities, is I was doing mortgages, and I realized that a lot of people that were getting into mortgages really couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
And when I saw that, I said, wait a second, there's something wrong here. There's a lack of education. And then, as we were growing up, Alina, no one came to our house.
Oh, we didn't talk about this.
No, that was taboo.
No, this
right?
is taboo.
Right.
And even if the adults, let's say, spoke about it, mommy, papi, it was like, okay, los niños allá.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything like, as I got a little older, maybe my parents gave me some, but nobody ever really taught to us about these things and these important how to plan for the future. So that's wonderful in, having those conversations. And so what, I guess, got you more inspired or involved in this?
I noticed that because people can afford those type of things, because you get into a mortgage, and you know this, they get into a mortgage and they spend every last time they have.
Yep.
So the next month, ready to pay the mortgage?
Yeah.
Where'd the money go?
Where'd it go? That paycheck went out the window.
Yeah, and that, yes, it's all about that American dream.
Yeah.
Right? But you and I know that the American dream really doesn't exist like that anymore. It's more of the American nightmare.
Yeah.
Right?
And I think also what people don't understand when they do, let's say, put themselves in that situation that they are kind of living paycheck to paycheck, what would happen if one of those paychecks were to disappear tomorrow? And all of a sudden, half of that income coming into the house is gone, but half of that mortgage isn't gone. The bank still wants their full mortgage payment.
Correct.
And that's where having life insurance comes into place.
So you asked me, why did I get into it? Because of that. I saw the lack of education of financial services, not on a level of, going to school and studying to get a job and it's personal. You never had a banker come to your house and say, oh, Alina, by the way, you need this, you need this. But before I do that, I need to do a plan for you. What do I do to say, oh, Alina, I think you need $250,000 of coverage. How do I know this?
Yeah.
If I don't do a plan for you, I don't know if you owe $500,000 on your home.
Yep.
Do you want to pay off the mortgage? Do you want to pay off the college education? If you don't plan correctly, you're not going anywhere.
I will tell you. So I did not have as you grow, you get older and you start acquiring things and, become an adulting, doing life and adulting. It was when I finally, I had my children that I said, okay, I need to put something into place. And I took out a life insurance policy. Wow, this was easily about probably 20 years ago. And I remember sitting down and, like you said, what are your goals or what do you want to accomplish? And at that moment, because things change in your life as you progress, my biggest concern was if I die tomorrow, which can happen, I want to make sure that my mortgage is paid off.
At least paid off.
I want to have peace of mind knowing that my kids have a roof over their heads and my husband doesn't have to struggle or figure out what to do or sell the house because we have to downsize because now we went from 2 incomes down to 1. So I totally agree with you. Obviously, as it was 20 years ago, our mortgage has increased because we moved homes and upgraded a little bit.
Correct.
But that's always, been something. Even when I'd speak to clients and tell them, you need to have life insurance, you need to speak with someone, because what if tomorrow, and I see it all the time, with probate clients. I had a client that she came to me in tears. Her husband went into the backyard to do gardening. He was ahí con las maticas, having a wonderful regular Sunday afternoon, and he dropped dead from a heart attack.
Oh my gosh.
In the yard. And he was the main breadwinner. He was the one who managed all the bills and took care of everything. And she came to me going, I know nothing. I don't know my expenses. I don't know what to do. I don't know how I'm going to pay for my house now. And unfortunately, in those situations when life happens, unexpectedly especially, if you don't have life insurance or a plan in place, the bank's going to send you our condolences.
Yeah, that's it.
We're so sorry for your loss, but you got to make your mortgage payment.
Correct.
So I totally agree with you on that.
And that's where I think more on the Latin community, con los latinos especialmente, el esposo o la esposa trabajan. Son los únicos que conocen el negocio.
Yep.
La otra persona no sabe nada.
No, especialmente if they're like, un mechanic or like a tradesperson or tienen like me. I'm an attorney. My husband's not an attorney. If I were to pass away, he can't step into my practice and start practicing law.
Yeah.
He could try.
Yeah. But the nice thing is that because you have the life insurance in play, if he does have to hire an attorney, now it's on not his personal dime.
Exactly.
It's on the life insurance.
Exactly.
Part. So you are prepared. It's and it's funny. I talked about that today in one of my videos. How it's not you get married and everyone kind of does their own thing, but if there's no communication with what's going on, there's no way you can go down that same path. And like you said, now that you have that in play, Walter, your husband, can go ahead and say, okay, look, I'm not the attorney. The business is not going to stop.
Exactly.
Because there's still those clients that depend on us.
Yep.
What do I do? Well, you know that, unfortunately, you passed away, but that financial stress is like diminished.
Yeah.
And now he can get another lawyer, someone you guys probably knew that you worked with that can step in and say, look, we'll help you out to keep that practice going. And, that's what it's all about. And once again, I go back to why I got into this is because of that. Because people, especially our kids that don't get taught anything financially.
Yes.
And they have, the school board that comes in and they have financial education, but it's how to open up a bank account, how to write a check. Really, when's the last time you wrote a check?
Oh, no, it's been forever. In fact, I was the other day, I forgot why the topic of the check or having a checkbook. And I told my husband, I have no idea where the checkbook is. It's somewhere in this house, in a purse, maybe somewhere in my closet or something, but I haven't written a check in forever.
No.
So talk to us a little bit about your role at World Financial Group.
So my role at World Financial Group is really, I'm considered a marketing director. Woohoo, I've never believed in titles, right? Los títulos a mí no me interesa. Lo que me interesa es cuidar a la persona. I'm not an angel, no soy un ángel, pero sabiendo que la gente están pasando mal tiempo y el stress, the headaches that you get. I visit my clients every 3 months.
Yeah.
Why? Because every day your finances change.
Yes.
You know, just like yourself, right, Alina? You work on their trust, on their wills, but every day something has to change.
Yeah.
You can't just leave it to that.
No.
It's
not a one and done, as I tell my clients.
It's not like the mortgage. You do the mortgage, you put it in your closet.
30 years, you have to pay it off.
Oye, no está el papeleo de la hipoteca. No sé, está por ahí en un closet.
I agree. And same thing with estate planning. We tell them anytime there's a major life event, a birth, a death, a divorce, a marriage, you need to reevaluate and take a look at your estate planning.
Yes.
So, Luis, who needs life insurance and when is the best time to purchase it?
Yesterday was the best time to purchase it. And really, we can insure kids 15 days old.
Oh, okay.
Right? Much cheaper. A lot more savings.
Okay.
Right? Like taking, for instance, my kids. Angie was 3 years old. Raymond was 7. And I got them life insurance because I couldn't qualify at that time because of my diabetes, right? But Raymond and Angie will have over $300,000 saved by the time they're 25. Because I don't just leave it to chance of, I'm going to keep paying that premium. No, if things change, I'll up the premium. Why not? What am I going to do? Spend that money on things that we don't need?
Yeah.
Prepare for that tomorrow. That's going to come sooner or later.
Yeah, we're building that legacy. Hence why we talk about this. All of this is going to the same building, protecting our home, protecting our families, and building that legacy for future generations, because that's the best thing that you can leave once you're no longer here.
Correct.
Is to leave that legacy for your children, your grandchildren, and so forth. And as my kids hear it all the time, I tell them, oh yeah, my parents came to this country from Cuba to give us a better future and a better tomorrow. We are doing the same for you. You got to keep moving it one step ahead of the previous generation.
Yes.
Pa atrás ni pa coger impulso.
No way.
And we got to keep stepping it forward and building on and building on and building on. And that is why that's part of that American dream.
Correct.
So what is one myth or maybe some two, but some of the biggest myths that you hear from clients or from other people regarding life insurance or what you offer?
Oh, if I get my life insurance, I'm calling death.
Yes, right? I get that all the time.
Especialmente los latinos.
Yes.
Si yo saco seguro de vida, ya la muerte me viene. Pero si ustedes han venido de otro país para darle libertad a los hijos, no es para que ustedes digan, no, que ellos hagan lo mismo que yo hice y trabajar para el futuro. No es así.
Yeah.
Tienen que prepararse. You have to be ready because tomorrow's coming. Okay? We're all going to one place. There's no avoiding it. And if you prepare, but you have to prepare now. It's not, I have unfortunately clients that have turned me down. A week later, the wife calls me, says, oh, can I get insurance now? Oh, no, the person's gone.
Yeah.
If you would have done it when I told you, it's just a commit. $50, $100.
Oh, yeah, $50 you spend
anywhere.
a month on going to Starbucks or going to La Ventanita, en la carreta, getting your cafecito or your pastelitos or whatever you're getting. It's you're investing and you're protecting.
Correct.
It's all about priorities. And unfortunately, I agree with you. Sometimes it happens to us all the time in estate planning. They think they have time. They think they have all the time in the world, and they are like, oh, well, I'll do that later. I'll do it tomorrow. And then all of a sudden, I get a phone call from a client I might have met with 6 months ago. Oh, mom has dementia now, and mom, it's going downhill, and I need to apply for Medicaid. I need to do for this. I need to do that. We need to sell the house and put her in ALF. Well, mom didn't sign powers of attorney. So now we have to open up a guardianship case, because if we would have done her estate planning, done her power of attorney, her health care, we wouldn't be in this predicament.
Yes, ma'am.
So I totally get it. So let's transition a little bit. I want
Okay.
to talk about the financial security.
Okay.
So one of the things I really appreciate what you do and talk about is not only the life insurance, which is very important, but also about financial education,
Correct.
financial literacy.
Right.
So why is financial literacy so important today?
Because unfortunately, Alina, question to you. What did we learn in school about financial literacy?
Well, I take that back. I can say this is one of the classes that I did. It was very useful in high school. I did take a personal financial management, and it did teach me like the basics of balancing, creating a budget and this and that, but that was like one class 30 something years ago. That was a one and done type
It
of
was
thing.
one and done.
Yeah.
And that's what happens. It's almost like the big banks want to keep us in the dark. And now, man, you put money in the bank, and I tell people, life insurance is like a compounded effect, right? When you're saving for wealth, right? So that's what I like, those permanent life insurances. I used to think, oh no, it's so expensive, but it's not expensive because the price of insurance is the price of insurance. It's all term insurance. But when you combine it, that it is a permanent insurance, it's combined with a fixed indexed annuity product. What does that mean for the client? That there's no negative effect on the money you're saving. Zero is your hero, right? Everything goes up like an escalator. Whatever goes down is on the company, because all you're doing is you're putting money away and you're getting a guarantee that you're going to make at least 0.75% every month on the money that you're saving. And guess what's the best part about it? Tax-free.
So how can people who want to begin planning, want to take those steps, say, okay, yes, I got to do this. It's been too long. I've been putting it on the back burner. How can they begin planning, even if they are on a limited budget?
Well, that's exactly what I tell them. I go, look, I can't just go in there and you call me and say, oh, hey, I want life insurance. Give me $250 like we were talking about before. No, that's not the idea. Is let's see where you're at. Maybe you don't need $250. Maybe you need $500,000. So, but I need to do that financial needs analysis that I do, right? The strategy to make you know where you're. It's like having your Bible at home, but it's your finances, and that doesn't lie. I mean,
so besides calling you, which obviously would be the first step to take,
right.
But besides that, what would be those first steps that someone should take when they don't know even where to start?
Well, I usually tell all my clients when I go meet them, when they call me, that they should have ready some pastelitos and some café con leche, right? Because
you can always win over. Your pastelitos resolve everything.
But in reality, when they call me, I've already sent them like just some information over the top of what 4 steps I'm going to talk about. Pero simplistic. Like 1 and 1 is 2. That's all I want to teach you, because you know what? Unfortunately, Alina, in this business as agents, and I fall into that category, is that we talk with very high words. Okay. And we want to make it complicated. But if you're a lawyer and you're an educated person, but sometimes don't give me all that fluff.
I agree.
Just get to the point.
I agree.
I'm going to show you something after, but I do a presentation for my business owners. They still take off their watches and say, you got 5 minutes. And I tell them, I only need 2. But they want it straight to the point. Why am I going to bother them with a long... If I get to the point, because that's what we need. We're too busy in our business. Just like if I were to see you can't stand there for 15 minutes and listen to me. Because in the 7 seconds that you heard me...
No, you zone out. All of a sudden you glaze. And I know I'm one, like you said, even though I'm a lawyer, and anytime I'm dealing with anybody in regards to financial advice or insurance, whether it's health or life or anything, I always say, speak to me like I am a child, because I speak lawyer. I do not speak life insurance. And there's times I'll sit there, I'm like, term versus cash value versus this versus that. And I'm like, my eyes start glazing over, and all I hear is the Charlie Brown wah, wah, wah.
Right. So if for business owners, they don't want all that stuff. Do you think for the normal person,
No, you're gonna lose them.
You're gonna lose them.
Absolutely.
So the same presentation I do to the business owners, I do to them, because I tell them, listen, I'm gonna make this simple for you. I want to make it to where, like you do with your clients, you make it simple. Why are you gonna bore them, and then they're gonna think, oh, she's gonna charge me more because they're doing, you know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Yes, we deserve what we make, right? But why not be different than that other lawyer?
Yeah.
Right? Be different. Be more humble. Be more family oriented. Don't give them that, no, porque si ella no firmó, ahora te tenemos que poner en probate.
They don't need to know. Yeah, they don't need to know the legalities behind it. That's my job. They need to know that their concerns and worries are being taken care of, and they're getting peace of mind. They know that we are there to resolve their problem.
Right.
So
that's why I like the education part of it, because it's simple.
All right, Luis, we have a couple what we call rapid fire questions. We got like 5 minutes left.
Okay.
And we'll just kind of go through some questions to see, some frequently asked questions. So, number one, myth or fact, is life insurance too expensive?
No. It's expensive to the person that thinks that's expensive because, and I'll say this quickly, I have clients that have thrown me out of their homes. I'm not happy to say that. But you know what happens, Alina? Someone pays $1,000 on a BMW or Mercedes, not including your insurance, not including everything else. But you don't have a life insurance.
Yeah, it's all about priorities, people. So priorities.
It's less expensive than having a car like that. I've told people, turn in the Beamer, get yourself a Toyota, pay $300. Let's put $700 away. It's not expensive. If you haven't started saving for retirement at the age of 40, you're behind the ball.
Yep.
30 years ago.
Yep.
Right? So it's not expensive and everything fits everyone's lifestyle.
Right. So another myth or fact, young, healthy people should wait before buying coverage.
No. The sooner, the better. Because when you're younger, it costs less and you get to save more.
Okay. So I want you to finish this sentence. Protecting your family starts with
education.
That's
education
great.
On finance, and that's all the financial needs strategy that I teach you how to do it. And that process is 5 minutes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So what is one money habit everyone should develop this year?
Is pay yourself first.
I like that. Have you ever read the book Profit First? Yes. So
and pay yourself first is so important because, and it's 10% that you should pay for yourself from your salary. People say, oh, no, but if I pay myself 10%, then I'm not going to have enough. Yes, you're going to have enough because now you're creating a strategy so everything else is going to last.
All right. And our last one is, if you could give every family one piece of financial advice, what would it be?
Get a financial needs strategy with me because it's free.
Great. Free, people. You can't turn away free advice, free education. Knowledge is power, and it really helps you set yourself up.
Correct.
So I totally agree. Talking about this, normalizing these conversations, normalizing them within family. I have a 14-year-old daughter. I have a 19-year-old son, and I'm always talking about this stuff with them because, again, my parents, didn't really talk a lot with us, but and they see us. They see, the business that I've built, and it's an open conversation, and it's nothing like taboo of like, oh, no, los niños no tienen que saber eso.
Right.
No, because I want them one day, if they decide to be, their own business owner or not, to have a little bit of an understanding in how this works and prepare themselves for the future. And even with my son at 19, he works part-time at Bird Bowl, but still, same thing. I tell them every paycheck, you take out a certain percentage, you put it away, take it for you, and then everything else for the bills. I know some weeks you might, paychecks might be a little higher because you worked more hours, but you got to develop that habit.
Correct.
You got to develop that habit, take it out, put it away, put it in a HISA or whatever, and then he's 19. As he gets older, talk with him about other financial strategies.
No, and now that he's creating that habit, and it's very simple. I tell people, you can't afford the 10% quick, stop buying coffee at Starbucks.
Yep.
And make it at home.
Yep. Absolutely.
And there's your $3 a day. It's $90 at the end of the month.
Three. Have you been to Starbucks lately, Louis?
True.
Yeah, Starbucks not like $6 or $7 for like a regular, or what is it, a grande or whatever?
That's what you pay for a lot of coffee at Publix.
Yeah.
And it'll last you the 30 days.
So, Louis, tell the public how can they get a hold of you? Where's the best way to reach you, contact you?
Okay,
so we can give them all that great information.
So they can reach out to me, and my phone number is my cell. It's 786-879-6090. And what I tell everyone is where they're going to get more of the information that I talk about, go to my website. It is agents, AGENTS worldfinancialgroup.com/Luis-Izquierdo. You're going to go on there. You're going to see what we're going to talk about. You set up a schedule, and that's all you have to do.
Wonderful. Well, we're going to share this all on our socials, on our YouTube, so they'll be able to get all your information. We'll have it in the captions. So at the end of the day, life insurance isn't just about preparing for the worst. It's preparing and protecting your family, the people that we love every single day, and providing them with that security that if you are not here, they're not going to feel left out in the wild. So thank you so much, Luis. I appreciate you being here with us today on Casa Familia and Legacy. And for all of you that are listening and watching this, thank you. Hoping this was valuable information for you. And remember to continue protecting that legacy for years to come.